Hello, my name is Marcus, and this is my story. This is 96th and First Avenue, New York City, and this is where I started. New York is incredibly diversified. There's a lot of stuff to do. You can go anywhere, any time of night. But I started to get tired of it. I started to get tired of the crime. I started to get tired of the noise. I started to get tired of all of it, and I was looking for a way out. But I eventually put it to the back of my mind and started to wander around again. Well, eventually I ended up at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it was a busy day, a lot of people, like always, but I just wanted some time to actually stand around and think. Okay, while I was in the Metropolitan Museum, I came across an exhibit, and in that exhibit was a place called Vermont, and there was a map. And I remembered Vermont from Newhart, and I remembered I had thought about leaving New York, and I was like, well, gee, I wonder what it'd be like if I went there. So, since my lease was expiring anyway, I gathered together my stuff. I went to the bus station and got a ticket, headed for a place in Vermont called Montpelier, the capital. This was going to be really interesting. I finally got to Vermont and I got off the bus, and this is what I saw. And I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. They didn't even have a bus station, they had a trailer with a bus stop. After a little bit of walking, I came across Main Street, and it seemed like it was a kind of a postcard sort of town. Not too bad. People were friendly enough, and they told me I had to catch a bus in front of a supermarket. So that's where I went. Okay, I had found the bus stop, and I found a bus, but it wasn't the bus I wanted. So I asked the guy, I said, how do I get to Bar, or Bear? And he said, no, it's called Barry, and you have to take a bus number 80. It'll take you straight in there. So on the way to Barry, we were going down this Highway 302, and on the side of the road there were some deer that were eating grass. And again, I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, you can't be serious. I mean, New York, you'd never see anything like this. I got off the bus in Barry and I looked around a little bit, and then I found this girl and I asked her, I said, is there some place that people can stay here? And she was very polite and very nice, and she directed me to the homeless shelter. Well, I knew about the missions in New York, so I thought maybe it might be worth the time. Besides, it was free, right? This is the homeless shelter in Barry, and it is a horrifying place. I was really trying to figure out how I was going to stay here for a second, let alone a night. This is when I figured out what the difference was between expectation and reality. I mean, I'd come here on the pretense of Newhart, snowy little village, nice friendly people, everything pretty much straightened out, and what I got was the town that time forgot. After being a little depressed, I started looking around, seeing the sights, viewing what was here. I came across the fire station. That was interesting. It looked like you would expect an old town fire station to look. And as I started looking around, I started feeling a little bit better, but not a whole lot. Then this little antique place I came across, and it was kind of interesting too. It looked like an old church had been converted. This is where I ended up staying, the Pier Motel. It was right on Main Street, right there towards the lights by the restaurant. And it wasn't too bad. I was only here for a little time though, and then I got my own apartment. Before I got my own apartment though, I remembered fuming because here I was in this little town. I was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't really know anybody. There was nothing to do. The whole town closed at 5 o'clock. So I was like, wow, this is kind of not cool. I really thought about going back to New York. But the more I thought about it, the more I noticed the differences I'd actually came here for. There wasn't crime, really. There weren't large crowds. Not everybody was in a hurry. Not every place was crowded. So I resolved at that point to make the best of it. And that's how I got pretty much to where I am today. Thanks for watching. My name is Marcus. This has been the story of how I went from New York to Vermont, and I hope you enjoyed it.